Okay everyone, so this is a walkthrough on the Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wild speedrun. New game plus story difficulty. So the first thing you'll notice is that I'm starting out up here, right near the Grave Horde, which is right here. Right at the top of this map, right before the entry into the Frozen Wilds. And so for New Game Plus, we start up here so we don't have to go through all that stuff at the beginning, like childhood or sawtooth and proving and all of that. So instead we start up here right next to this handhold. So what I recommend is making a manual save at this campfire with everything you're going to want for the run. This campfire is up here right by the Grave Horde. So Grave Horde's right there, entrance to it's right there, and so you just come up here and this is campfire over here. Alright, so then weapons. So what I have equipped, I have the power shot bow equipped, though this is important later in the run, as you'll see. It's not important for most combat or anything in the run. I have the striker bow equipped, which you might use once or twice for certain combat in the run. I have the blasting equipped, which we'll use a decent amount at the beginning. And I'll have the storm slinger equipped, which is the most important combat section in the run. So when it comes to coils, I have 3 pristine coils and a handling coil on the striker bow. On this one I have 3 pristine coils and a handling coil, though for the power shot bow it doesn't really matter as much. Actually having, just having a lot of handling on it's the most important. For the storm slinger I have 2 painted weapon coils and a handling coil. The handling is the most important part of the storm slinger so you can reload quickly. And then for the blastling, I have 3 pristine coils and a handling coil. The only other thing you'll need for this run is, an ice rail. And so I have an ice rail. Where is it? I have 2 ice rails here and here. One with damage on it, pristine handling coils, and the other with drummer weapons coils and a handling coil. Doesn't really matter, you're only going to need it for one very specific section on the story difficulty. But you don't start out with it equipped. Yeah, so that's all there is, all the weapons you need for the entire run. And timing starts when you grab onto this handhold right here. That first one. So usually what I recommend is making sure that, for example, you're all loaded up before you go in. You have your bomb pre-selected. Usually I load up with fire arrows, but it depends. You have your bomb pre-selected, and then you go over here. You start the timer, and you jump. So the climb in is normal. The first thing is over here. So usually I see a lot of people going like this. That's the normal way to climb. But there's a way to skip this handhold here by holding up and right at a diagonal angle. And there's a way to skip this handhold right here by holding up and left at a diagonal angle. And I think it's a little bit faster, though it doesn't really matter time-wise. It's not going to save or lose you a lot of time. Next, rolling, short rolling specifically, is faster than running in speed running for Horizon Zero Dawn. So you're going to want to short roll over here, jump once because you can't roll over that, jump another time, roll, jump over this gap, roll, jump up here, roll, roll, jump, jump onto here. Next you're going to climb, and you're going to want to hold up and left to grab this ledge, the farthest left possible, up left again to grab that ledge, and then after that it's normal climbing for a little bit. There's nothing you can do to speed it up. Now once you get up here, you grab this ledge and then you press, you grab this ledge, then you press square to drop off. And then you can tilt usually I tilt my camera like this, but you can tilt your camera however you want in order to make this jump over to the bridge instead of continuing to climb, like that. Because climbing in this game is pretty slow. So you jump over this bridge, run over here, jump, one roll, jump, jump, until you get over here, and then you can keep on rolling. This helps skip that fire, or the scorcher that you encounter usually when you're entering the Frozen Wilds normally. Jump up here, because you can't roll. Run, jump, jump, and roll over this thing. This movement's pretty straightforward. You have to jump over this, you can't roll. You have to jump over this as well, you can't roll. And then you climb up this little path right here. Normal climbing. Continue a short roll. Now pretty soon you'll come up to the first section where you can't roll short roll normally. You'll hear this lady talking to you right here.
You sure you'll be warm enough?
See, when I try to short roll, I end up long rolling
Worked up a
instead.
sweat from the climb.
So usually what's best to do when you're hearing that and you can't short roll is to sprint and then jump up here. And then once Aloy's finished, I've got a sweat from the climb, you can start short rolling again.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
Short roll, jump up here. Then you'll see that settlement discovered appear. Roll one more time, open up the map, close it, open up again to populate the campfire, and fast travel to it. Since we time our run with time without loads instead of time with loads, it's faster to do that. Skip the cutscene, talk to Bergeron.
It started with one of their
This part you can't skip at all. It's gonna be slow talk for this one line, and then you can skip the rest of it. It's a bottom left dialogue option to quit out.
She was not.
And you roll. On the wheel, select your mount.
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Araya.
You can't call a mount while Aloy's talking, so you have to wait until she finishes the River North section. And then you're gonna want to point your camera this way, so when you call, the mount comes right over here. The mount always is going to come from a section you're not pointing your camera at, so if you're pointing your camera straight ahead, the mount won't come from there. You want to go over here on this path to the right. Go left of that, or else your mount will slow hop over it. Just run through the river, it won't slow you down. Follow this path for a little bit, and then you want to go up this ledge over here. You want to hop off your mount, right at the base of the ledge, hop up here, aim your blast sling, and you can take out both of them with one go. This back one, it will always have the part. So you're going to want to just search the back one. And then you're going to want to hop in here. Hop on your mount and it will run away. Go straight down here towards the Scorcher Den. Ignore the Scorcher entirely. Take out this guy. Well, that didn't work well. Now, usually you have your mount here. Let's see if I can get him. So, and then you're going to want to, after you grab your mount, you're going to want to run up this cliff, or this path. Until you get right up here, next to where you see this, let me kill this. You're going to want to bomb your mount, like I just did, in order to make it so that when you call a new mount after you activate the tall neck, it won't take a long time, or else it'll call the mount currently here all the way over to you. So you're gonna want to hop off the cliff right here, where you see this log over here. You're gonna want to hop diagonally onto here, and then you're gonna want to bomb these suckers. Oop. I'm gonna shoot this one. You don't have to. Sometimes they'll fall you, sometimes they won't. So you want to get the purple Glenhawk, the one that has a part. Forget about the rest. Then you're gonna want to run across this ledge line here until you're right over here and you see them. So usually I just shoot them with fire arrows. It'll kill them. You only need 2. You don't need 3, but sometimes I just populate with 3 when I can. Then you switch over to your blast sling and you just bomb these scrappers, or as Charlatan calls them, puppies. And then once they're done, you can scan the tall neck before the quest line appears. Before scan the tall neck for damage, and it'll still activate. Then you attach the stabilizer right here. Attach the array right here, and we do the tall neck because you have to do, even though it's not part of the main quest per se, you have to do 2 different things before you can challenge Aerotalk, and this one is one of the 2 that's quickest. Skip this, And you can make it onto the tall neck if you just roll straight away.
Again.
Usually if you run, you can't make it when you get up to the top here.
Be a good spot for
Just
jumping
roll.
onto the tall neck.
And then jump on the tall neck.
Made it. Now to
Climb up the
to
back,
front.
pretty straightforward. Nothing special here. Press triangle to activate it, scan it like you normally would any other tall neck.
Sorry about this.
Now the important thing here is once you're finished scanning the tall neck and you see the little quest line appear in the top left of the screen, on PS4 you have to wait until it's checked off. On PC you can do it earlier. So you see that, see how it goes checked off, then you go down and you restart from save. And that'll transport you to the bottom of the tall neck without the long rappelling animation. Then you immediately call your mount, call it a mount. Switch over. When you restart from save, all your weapons are unloaded, so I always reload my Storm Slinger here because you use that. And I switch over to my bow because you use that as well to get the initial hit on the control tower. You go over to Naltuk. I place it back there so I can just shoot it straight away without having to worry about my mount being wiped out by the control tower. You shoot the control tower, take out your Storm Slinger, you kill these guys. Now see, it says talk to Naltuk. You can run back to Naltuk. Sometimes that might be a little bit quicker depending on where you are when you finish killing them. But you can also restart from save once that crosses out. In which case you'll be transported right here and you just roll once and you can talk to him.
Kind of.
Again, it's a bottom left dialogue option.
How do I...
Go to the then
And off.
if you
And then my mount's right here. Get back on it. Go down that Shaman's Path.
Shaman's path.
The important thing about the Storm Slingers is a decent amount of recoil. So usually if you aim a little bit lower, then you shoot it sort of like a machine gun, you know, multiple shots at once, it'll rise up. Plus, if it lands at their feet, it'll deal AoE damage to them, which on story will almost always kill them just the same.
These mountains must be the ice wasps. Shaman's
So you follow
path
this
leads
path.
to the
Nothing special here yet. Now you get off your mount right here. You hop up this rock and you hop up over here onto this. Roll up and then you can hop up these rocks right here. It'll place you right before this ledge. Then you climb the ledge. And you call your mount right here. Right when you're climbing up that last ledge. And then it'll appear over here. Which you can then use the mount. Ooh, not like that, but you use it to follow the path. Until you get to the entrance a little bit quicker instead of rolling there. Mount's always going to be quicker. And this is the non-mount glitch tutorial because I can't do mount glitch on PC.
the markers
Then you get off, you start rolling again because it's the fastest movement option. And here's the first important thing. Usually in this you do a bunch of stuff like you follow different paths, you go down here or something, but you can skip most of that. You hop up here. Hop up here. Hop up here. And then you're going to want to hop out and around curved onto that thing. Okay, next you're going to want to hop up here and then hop over here. And you've skipped like half of the cave of Shaman's Path. And you're going to fall down. You want to go down the middle path over here. Take the right split over here. And you're going to want to look for this opening here. Go down this opening with the wind chimes right there. Roll once. Oop. Then you're going to want to hop up and grab this ledge. Hop up again. Rolling on. Now I'm going to kill these sawtooths so I can demonstrate the two ways of doing this. Okay, so there are a couple ways to get up to the top. You see this opening right here? You can get up that way. Oop. apologize. This is not the way I usually go up, though. I believe it is a bit quicker. If you watch Elk's runs, he does it, and it looks a lot smoother. Here's a way to get up there. Alright, well, the way I do it is right here. You hop up here, hop onto this thing, and then you hop up here. Sometimes you can get it without grabbing the ledge, which might be a little bit quicker. So if I'm coming in, I'm running from the sawtooth, I hop up here, boom. I don't remember how you do it this way. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so to do it this way, you hop onto this thing, run, keep on running, nope, until you hop onto this little U-shaped crevasse. So, it was not sprint. There we go, hop up here, hop up here. Either way will get you into here, and you just roll out of the cave.
Done with the cave.
Okay, so you continue to short roll. I short roll across this creek here. It's a little bit quicker than going the other way. No damage done. Alright, now for this bridge, you hop onto it, no matter if it's up or down. So if it's up, you just hop on normally, you do the normal thing. But you can still get across if it's down. If it's down, you leap over here to the top right. And there's a little like ledge point right here where you can hop onto and then hop over. So you don't have to wait for the bridge to go up. It saves you a bit of time, depending on where you're on the cycle. Next, you take the zip on down, do everything normally. Now there's two ways to do this. The old way to do it is like this. Hop on the bridge.
Down.
Oh. Not like that, I guess. Back up. Sorry about that. So the old way to do it is you hop on top of this ladder and use that to hop onto the rock. So you hop on top of this ladder and use that to hop over to the rock over there. It's fine though. Just come back. I'll show you the way I do it. This is the quicker way to do it than the way that I do it. Some people think it's a little bit harder. I think it's easier personally, but okay. The other one, you hop onto this ladder here, and then you take a running hop onto there, and you pull the cord. This way, you hop on top of here, then you hop on top of this tree. Top of this tree. And you take a running jump over here. Hop up here. Boom. You're done. That quick. That easy. Now the thing about this jump that a lot of people don't realize, so here let's take another angle wheeler look at it. You're hopping from that tree over here, and then up here to here. Is that when you hop from the tree, you have to hop a little bit to the left. And if you don't get a running start, that happens to you, where you just fall down.
There's
Which is less than ideal. And if you fall down, then you just go over here and you do this the normal way. But it's definitely a lot slower. Saves a lot of time. Alright, back up top here. Just hop here, hop here. Hop here. Don't even need to hop on the tree to do it. But that's how you do it in a run. Okay, next over here. Simply hop onto this thing. Jump across. And you will have to wait for this one to come down. Now, you can still make it if it falls down by going up this way. But usually for that one, that's not going to be an issue because the timing is going to be such that you're going to have to wait for the whole entire thing to come down, so that then you just cross normally anyway. Here you can either roll jump, which is what I usually do, or you can just make sure you sprint and jump. You have a little cutscene there, remember to skip. Next, you continue straight forward. So normally, you'd continue this trail up, and you'd climb a bunch of stuff up here to a campfire and encounter Frostclaw. But the second that you get around here, you're going to trigger the campfire. And you're going to, right there, and you're going to abuse it, roll back twice. Open, open, fast travel to it. Saves a lot of time. You skip all the climbing stuff. Skip the cutscene there with the Frostclaw. Just continue to roll. All this is fairly straightforward. You just follow the same path you would normally now. Keep on rolling. Okay, so now here normally you'd climb up this way, but instead you're gonna Skyrim hop up this way. You hop once over here, hop again, until you get up here.
That's it. I'm already gone.
Once again, you hop onto this thing, and then up here, and then over. Now here you hop over here, up and over. Up and over. I'll do that one more time. Here, here, up and over. Then you just hop up this left side, nothing to it, nothing special.
This must be the shrine Maltuk was talking about.
You can roll over here.
Should taste the blue gleam. Maltuk said Araya went past the shrine.
You hop up
Maybe
here.
check it out.
I go this way.
Take those stairs.
Roll over.
An ancient door. Maybe Araya's inside.
It's all just standard traversal. Continue to roll away.
Lots of strange equipment. What was this place?
Now I actually find that long rolls are better here. Especially this part, if you long roll, you just get to the end straight away.
Those
In that
nodes
little
on the
corridor.
floor must be connected to the door.
The rest of the time, long rolls are only useful in very specific situations. Usually I would advise people not to learn the long roll skill for speedrunning,
Something.
because then you can just spam the circle button without a care. Next you solve this puzzle, you just turn this one
These things
counterclockwise.
turn.
Usually I do these things in opposite, because then you're closer to the exit when you finish.
Alright.
And then you just go over here, roll down, long roll, roll out, head straight to the door, standard stuff. Then I run and jump once this door is open to grab onto this right side, boom. Straight shot up, minimize the amount of climbing because climbing's slow. Keep on straight shot up, and then I go up and to the left. Grab. Oh, I'm supposed to go up straight there to that, but that's okay. Up, left, left, up. Then you just roll through this corridor. Next, you're gonna abuse the campfire fast travel again. So you're gonna roll out. Now sometimes, see I rolled out right here, and it says campfire discovered. Sometimes you have to roll all the way to here. It depends. I've never found any rhyme or reason why it does it differently. Either way, I do the same thing. I'll close. It's almost like RNG. Every run it might be different. Then you skip all of this climbing. There's a skip way to do it that might be slightly faster. I'll test it time-wise, but this is way more consistent.
Araya must be close.
Oop, I'm getting crashed.
Not much higher to climb. Araya must be close.
Pretty standard stuff. You just roll away.
She has to be in here somewhere.
Continue the short rolls. You're gonna encounter a cutscene. You gotta skip with Aurea when you first enter. One roll, cutscene, skip. Roll over here. Boom. Override the source node. Then you simply solve this puzzle. I solve it
I'll bet the goal is the same.
straightforward way this time instead of backwards, but I know most of the runners I've seen, solve it backwards. Sometimes I roll between the dials, sometimes I run. It's really up to personal preference. I don't know if it saves or loses much time. Depends on how far there is like here I roll because it's so far distance. Now, very important, you do not roll to this next one, this one right here, because if you do, you can get stuck underneath this thing and it loses you like maybe 5 or 10 seconds straight away trying to get out of it. So that's the only one you definitely shouldn't roll to. Alright. Almost done. Usually once you do it like 2 or 3 times, you can memorize it by then. It becomes second nature.
Auxiliary channel recovered.
Now,
Exploit.
while Scion's talking, or Hephaestus, you can reload your ammo, so
Restraints evaded.
craft your ammo.
Is someone there?
Because as you can see, time slows down usually when you're crafting, but not when someone else is talking.
No. I will not submit. Aurea, the demon is forcing me. Aurea, please.
You heard it.
It's the bottom left dialogue option again.
Whatever those
Weak side. But you heard and or do until
Okay, so normally you have to grab that box right there, but since this is New Game Plus, I already have the box from a past run. So you want to hold on to that box so you don't have to go over there and you're required to pick it up. It saves like a second or 2, and then you just open the store. Get your mount call ready on your dial wheel. Go down here, face the camera at the ground, call them out. It should spawn right in front of you up there. Then back to you. And you just hop on and you head to the hunting grounds for the next thing to be able to challenge Heretok, the second and final thing. Up here near the very top, if you go off path slightly, the mount will do that, which loses, a second or 2. Which is not great, but it's hard to keep it totally on path the entire time, especially right up here. It's near impossible. I think it'll slow down no matter what. Yeah. But that's... Once you get a little bit farther down, it's not as punishing to go slightly off path. Now, mount on path is always going to be a little bit quicker, but as long as you don't have those brutal slowdowns, it doesn't make much difference. So usually if you use the HUD and you follow auto pathing, it'll direct you a different way to get there, which is way slower. So make sure you take that second left split there, down the mountain. It's way quicker to go the way I'm going right now. I made a mistake when I was first running this, because the auto pathing is just incorrect on that. Run up here, straight up to the hunting grounds, so it won't let you take them out in the hunting grounds, so you're gonna have to hop off again.
there are any accidents in here. Better get off.
You go over and you talk to them,
keep great.
and it's gonna be bottom right, start trials, and then control trial top right, and then at top right again, accept trial. Usually I do them, and then you hop onto this, hop off as soon as you can, and then you just start running and gunning. Okay, so you see it says trial completed, crossed off, then I just restart from save. Saves me all the time from running back and climbing up here and talking to the keeper. Bottom left again, say farewell, and go over to the map. You don't have to open it twice because this is already loaded, and you travel to this campfire, which can be hard to select because it's right next to that exclamation point. You fast travel there. The only reason you're fast traveling back is for the side quest to talk with Heretok and Aurea. So once you're done talking with them, we're going to fast travel again. And you can't fast travel while you're in the air, or while you're falling, it says. So a lot of times when you're spamming X to get through dialogue quicker, you end up jumping at the end of the dialogue, so you have to wait till you touch ground again. I've made that mistake before. You open your map and it won't let you fast travel, and you lose another second or 2 trying to close and reopen it. So just stuff to be conscious of. Alright, so I go back over here. I go and talk to to air attack. Skip, skip.
I thought it
Top with Oraya. Another bottom left, as you can see. Spam through everything. Oraya's gonna, Aloy's gonna shake her head.
So,
Then I open up the map, fast travel back to this campfire. Now that campfire is only discovered because I went in and killed the scrapper in that little cave with the scorcher at the very beginning when I was in the tall neck. Next, I call him out right here, right when I get here. And then I run. Right when I spawn. Some people don't call him out at all there because it's next section. So it won't let you take a mountain in here, so I got to hop off again. But it's a little bit quicker than rolling all the way up here. And I talk to Oraya. I skip this cutscene. And then Aloy's gonna talk, so I can't call him out. But the second she's done, I call him out. And I roll to the left here so that the mount doesn't get hung up on stuff.
And those rock paintings mark the path.
And then I start running so the mount will get here quick. And I hop up on the mount. That's how you get mount both times, saves a little bit. Hop off. Now usually you hop, you hop up, climb up here, but next you hop onto this rock, then you hop onto that, then you hop over here and up and over. So I'll show you. Hop over here. This first hop's pretty short. Oop.
Okay, up we go.
I wonder why this. Give me a second. Oop, so you can jump too far. That's the problem. See? That's what I did there.
Come on, Aloy, time is wasting.
And then you hop up here. So I'll do it one more time, but I'll do it a little bit quicker. So again, it's here, here, over here. And you hop up. Oh, shoot. And you have to be running while you're doing it. For it to work. Boom. Up top, right up there. You can do it a lot smoother than that. That was pretty bad, but that's the general idea. Which is what really matters. Next, you roll up here. You look for this specific little thing. Usually I roll jump. Hop up here. Next I hop over here, hop up here. I use this right side. Then I jump over here to the left. Then I jump onto this thing. And then you can just Skyrim hop. There's not a specific thing I'm aiming for anymore. So you're over here, you gotta go to the left side of this rock and you jump. And once that dialogue starts, you can restart from save right there. And instead of doing all the climbing, it'll teleport you above.
Alright, Challenger. You need to take out the herd below.
Load up. Yeah, you're gonna have to reload because you restarted from save, and then you just let the storm slinger fly. So you can take out these guys. I'll just shoot this one, but you are supposed to kill it with the storm slinger. Did it a little bit slower for you guys, but you're usually able to kill them without having to dodge for them attacking you.
Climb the ridge and launch it below.
Now, as you can see, I'm pretty low on ammo, so usually I'll craft it. Hop here, and then I hop off to the side here, because then you can jump up and roll a little bit quicker than running. Skip that.
Point to the next challenge.
Two bellowbacks ahead, Challenger.
Reload.
Kill them both.
You can roll off to the side instead of taking the rappel point down. Make sure you don't fall all the way down in one go, else you're dead. Now you can shoot the bellowbacks from all the way back here. You see that one all the way over there. Yeah, see, because of recoil though, it has a tendency to move up. So you gotta hold it down, or you gotta count for it moving up and aim at the very base of the animal before you even start shooting. Next, you roll over here, you hop right there, and you activate this.
Now take the zip line and work
I
your way
reloaded,
down to the valley.
because next you're gonna have to fight the frost claws. And you don't have to take that zip line over here all the way down. Instead, you just hop off the side of the mountain here, and you roll down. It's quicker than taking the zip line. In a second, you go over here, it'll activate. As soon as it skips, you want to hit this first one, Then you want to hit the second one before they start doing that, so that it doesn't. Same thing with this. So see, I hit all of them before they started doing their digging animation, which would cause me to get knocked over and lose me a lot of time. So if you can do that, you can kill them all quickly with Storm Slinger. You skip this cinematic, and you fast travel to that campfire. The same campfire you travel to the rare challenge with. Then I don't call them out. Instead, I just roll over here. The reason I don't call them out is because it's sort of hard to get to the next area with the mount quickly, because you have to go out and around instead of what I'm doing here, which is climbing over all these mountains. So this may be one of the few situations where it's actually quicker. So I switch over to the arrow. I can take out this control tower.
Introduced.
Call him out. It's gonna come from up there. You want to make sure it doesn't get held up. So it didn't. It's good. See, sometimes the mount will do crazy things, but anyway, then you get on it. Now the next thing you're gonna want to do is, I reloaded 2 arrows there. You don't have to. You're gonna want to try to hit this control tower over here. You see it? Now if you do that, you can do it a little bit quicker than that. Run up on it. I just didn't slow time for you guys. Then it means you won't have to get off the mount, and the mount won't get shot by the control tower. It'll save you some seconds there, which are important. Then you just follow this path. You can follow the HUD display if you want, like I do. Though once you run it, 4 or 5 times, you'll have memorized the route. Continue along. Now this next control tower you can't do it to. You can't shoot it before it goes off. Sometimes you can avoid it depending on the cycles, but that's pretty hard to do. Usually it's an audio cue. Like that. There's no way I'm avoiding that. So I aim, I shoot. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I missed the cycle there. That's really bad. See, if you miss a cycle like that, you lose in 5-10 seconds. But either way, kill the tower, hopefully first cycle, get back on your mount, and head up towards Long Notch. Skip any of the optional stuff like talking to Aerotalk. All you need to do is talk to Araya. Your mount can't go any farther right here, so I hop off. Talk to Araya, bottom left, time to ascend, and then it's going to be right. Then you skip this cutscene, and boom, that's the Long Notch. Now you're in fire break, you're entering. Next, you're going to want to make sure your Storm Slinger's ready for a little bit later on. I'm going to load it up with some more ammo. So normally you hop up here, you go over here and you take this ladder and hop over. But it's a little bit quicker to just run and jump from there, straight up. So you're gonna have to avoid this block right here when you're jumping.
Up and over.
Go a little bit out, and hop up. There's a way to do this jump with Tear Blast arrows, but I don't because I messed it up. Here, there's a way to do this with Tear Blast arrows, but I don't do it. It seems too risky to me. Mainly because I haven't learned it, so. But it's not going to lose you that much time. Alright, now I'm going to kill these people. This is not something you do during the normal run. During the normal run, you just run past all of them. But I'm killing them just to have some time to show you guys what this run is, what you're supposed to do here.
We must climb higher.
Alright, is that all?
The chieftain's pace is measured. Ours is
So normally you would go down here and you'd climb up. This is what you do if you mess this up. But what you're gonna want to do, instead of climbing up, it's faster to hop onto this ledge than to run and hop onto that ledge. So I'll demonstrate like that. It's pretty precise, takes a bit of practice, but once you get it, it's like riding a bike. Hard to forget.
Not much farther now.
Roll up here. Now you can't roll through here. See? For some reason it blocks you, so you gotta run through it. I've lost time to that before. So always make sure you roll up close to it, but then you run through that part. These, you don't have to fight anything like you normally would. Just roll past everything, don't get hit. See? Don't get hit. But the second that you activate this door, they'll stop. See, they just go away.
Look out, more machines.
And you keep on rolling through. Okay, now you're going to want your Storm Slinger on this next part. So normally you go into that realm and you'd activate the console. But here, you're going to want to shoot at this window prior. And by shooting at this window, you see you got these guys to move up. You're going to want to get your blastling, and you can actually shoot through the window. Once again, you can reload your ammo here because they're talking, so you won't lose any time. Sometimes you can kill all of them, but it all depends on how they're attracted by the Storm Slinger. If they're all attracted up close, you can kill them all, but sometimes they stay back like that. It's hard to kill them. I might be able to kill that guy. He moved in. Oh. Yeah, usually you can kill all of them except for one at the worst.
Count is 1,654.
Drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
Just too far away, I see.
It was the spirit.
Now, once that clicks off, if you've killed them all, you should restart from save.
The old
But if you
ones.
haven't, don't worry about it. You shouldn't.
Grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya.
Next, sometimes I'll do this if I have extra time. Because the Thunder Drill is going to spawn from there a bit. It doesn't really matter though. You don't need to do that at all.
The door
Totally
is open now.
unnecessary. Anyway, roll, grab from this thing. I'll switch over to arrows. Quick kill on this scrapper while I'm going towards the door. Switch back to the Storm Slinger. Gonna run up to the door, hold the over. Then it's gonna do this thing. It won't let you turn, but if you need to, you can craft ammo during this time. Then you just shoot at it. You can kill it in 2 goes if you knock off a lot of the component parts on the top. But sometimes like this, you have to reload if it's a bad one.
I don't hear much stock in the songs,
Just hit it up with a Storm Slinger.
but that bat.
Skip this cutscene. Run up here a bit, so you get through a little bit earlier. And then it's just straightforward roll until this next section.
In there.
Doesn't look like there's much choice.
Alright, so I ignore this watcher. I go over here, and then you're going to want to run until you get close to this event. See, I'll kill the watcher so it doesn't interfere with this. But normally you just ignore him. So So normally you'd go up this way, you know, you have to climb a bunch and do some crap. But here, I just run, and I long roll, and I get shot through. Boom. But if you don't have the long roll, if you have the short roll, you have to be a lot more precise. It's a lot harder to do. Boom. That's how you do it with the short roll. So, you don't have to do all that climb at the vent. Next, you're going to want to climb up here. Usually I roll and jump right up here, right down the middle. Or run and jump right up the middle. And you'll get put right there. It's consistent. So run. See, if you're off center a little bit, it won't do it. But if you run, you jump straight up the middle. Boom. Then you can hop over here and hop onto here. So run straight up the middle, hop onto here, hop up top. Straight up the middle. Oop. Straight up the middle. Right top. That's it. Next, override this one. Clears out the vent, so R talking to rare can come through. But you're going to want to switch over to your proximity bombs right away, and you're going to want to bomb up this area. Because as you can see, the shell arc comes through there, and if you don't kill it this way, then usually R talking to rare will fight it, and it'll slow them down from clearing the door. Next, you're going to want to run right up to here to this ledge point, and then jump onto one of these boxes. Usually you have to do some more platforming stuff, but here, if you watch, if I just run, I jump, she'll grab onto it. Drop down once you're on the other side. Override once again. And boom.
Come on over, it's safe. I think.
They'll come over. And you just wait. They'll shoot this thing out, because you can't do anything about it.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be. They ruined it.
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human
Now another
responder,
thing I'll mention,
my systems have been compromised
reload
by
on
a
ammo
malware
here
daemon of
while
unknown
Cyan's
origin.
talking.
Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs.
Switch over to the proximity
It
bomb.
has reconfigured this facility to build hostile facility. Recapture imminent.
So this dialogue's the same no matter what you do, the one that Cyan's talking. But the talking between Aloy and Rhea will differ depending on how far along in the main story you are. So I recommend when you're setting up a New Game Plus file for doing Frozen Wilds, you make it earlier along in the main story, like right after she's finished with the proving and gone out, because it's 10 seconds faster the dialogue then than if you're later on in the game, like after you've done Zero Dawn and Gaia Prime and stuff. So next you go through on PS4 and PS4 Pro. This Shell Walker here, you can hop on its back and hop up there, but as you can see on PC, the Shell Walker moves away before you can do anything. So you hop over here, hop on its back when it's right here, and you hop onto this left side, and it lets you hop up. But if you miss that, or if you're on PC, you go over here to these triangles. Hop onto this triangle. Boom. Quick and easy, right over. Go override this. Now usually you have to wait for R talking to Rhea, but on this one you can use a little exploit, the proximity bombs. Load them up right here. Since this store you can kill these scorchers pretty easily, so you gotta be careful. Which is why I use proximity bomb or hunter arrows. Please don't let me get held up. Well, usually when they hit those proximity bombs like that scorcher did just there, it'll blow up the door. Okay, so next there's a couple ways of doing this. A lot of people go this way, but I prefer to just go straight ahead and roll down, aim so that you don't have that long animation when you hit the ground. I forgot to mention that. If you aim right when you hit the ground, instead of splaying out like Aloy usually does, which will lead to your death there, you have to aim. And you have to jump again so you don't fall into the lava there and die.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities
So here,
to destroy
I open up my inventory because I'm going to need this ice rail. I replaced my blast line with it,
elements of this
and then
facility
I load it up.
while preserving most of the backup stabilization.
Switch over to Tear Blast. I load up 3 Tear Blast arrows.
I have attached additional.
I don't understand
Same
what
thing
the
with,
spirit was trying to tell us.
The hard points.
We're looking for a way to
Okay,
defeat the
so now this is the hardest skip in the game,
machine parts.
just straight up.
Don't here to be melted down.
And there's a couple ways to do it. Essentially, the idea is I'm gonna shoot my Tear Blast arrows somewhere near this ledge.
Looks like I'll have to go over.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna jump at the very last second, and the blast will send me over here. Normally, you'd have to go down, do all this platforming stuff, go over there, but you can skip all that. It saves 4 minutes. So let's see if I can get it over on this right side. This is the old way I used to do it. Just like that, first try. I'll show another way though. That is very rare. Trust me on that. That is not like a normal thing. Okay, so, and I'll show you what you're supposed to do if you mess it up too, because you're gonna mess it up a lot. This is not something you should try in your first run, I would advise, or it's something that you should practice a lot because it can be frustrating. Usually I do it right over here. It's all about, I aim right here. Now see, I messed up there. So what do? You wanna, once you know you're not gonna make it, you wanna pause with the options button as quickly as possible and you restart from save. Since load times don't count, you're gonna wanna do that. It's way quicker than climbing back up. Instead, you just get teleported back a little bit, but that's the quickest thing to do.
We're looking for a way to defeat machine parts. Don't here to be melted down.
Okay, so let's see if we get it one more time.
We need to get across
Aim
that
right
gap.
there. Oop, messed it up. And usually if you're not, so there's either two things. Either you jump too late, which is rare, or you jump too early, which is much more common. So if you jump too early, you'll be thrown off to the side, or you'll come up there short. If you jump too late, you're not going to jump at all. Because it's like you got to jump at the very last second for this to work.
Looks like I'll have to go over.
So once again, aim. That time. Now if you get blown back like that, you don't want to restart from save. It'll be quicker to just go over here. But that's pretty rare. Once again. Boom, just like that. And that's all there is to it. But I'm going to restart from save and show you the other way to do that. This is much easier to do. There's some problems. The game's known to crash. It happens sometimes
Been looking for a way
this
to
way,
defeat the
but
machine
it's
parts.
way easier, though it is a
Don't
minute and a
here to
half
be melted
slower,
down.
so you lose a significant amount of time. So you're going to want to run up this wall and jump over here.
Yeah.
So if you run at a diagonal
Looks like I'll
angle
have
up
to
this
go over.
wall and jump, you can just get straight over here. And you're going to want to override this, and you're going to hope right here is where the game will crash. Don't press anything during this cutscene, because it's not skippable. And if you press stuff, usually the game crashes. If you don't press stuff, it still might crash, but who knows. Okay, sweet, didn't crash. So next I run, I jump, and I go down here. And you're gonna wanna go and run up this wall again until you hop onto here, and then you can hop up to here. So let me show you what I mean by that. Boom. Wait for this piston thing to come in. And then you're gonna wanna go over to the left. And you're already at the end of the big old room, which normally you'd have to do a lot more stuff for. Usually I kill those just because it gets annoying. Don't want to just shoot me off this. And you just hitch a ride. Catch a ride. Nothing special about it. You just gotta hitch a ride. wait until you're over this platform ledge here. Drop down. Once again, aim the bow so you don't get the long animation. And you override. And that's all there is to that. The Tear Blast is much quicker, but it's pretty hard skip to pull off, so take a lot of practice. The key to Tear Blast is by jumping as late as humanly possible and making sure that you're running straight. Because if you run at an angle and you jump at an angle, it's going to shoot you off to the side. So if you restart from save, remember you got to reload everything. Next, load up precision arrows.
This looks like the old path. We're close now.
Run out. Roll off here instead of going all the way around, a little quicker. Though sometimes you can mess that up and die. I haven't done it personally, but I've seen others do it. Go over to this source node, override it. This puzzle's a lot quicker actually than the one you have to solve with a rail, even though it's just as big
We have to
per
find
se.
it.
Once again, I solved this the normal way, but most people I've seen solve it backwards. Entirely up to personal preference. I don't think it makes that much time difference because you still gotta turn the same number of dials.
Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Since you preparing countermeasures. Recapture protocol initiated.
Okay, there's gonna be a cutscene here, skip. And you're gonna want to roll over to the right instead of going down the normal way.
Keep moving towards the core.
Just roll down.
Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
Okay, next you're gonna go up here and you're gonna aim and you're gonna shoot at that thing. Now see, on PC, for some reason, on PS4 I can do it just fine, but on PC for some reason I just can't seem to hit it. Partially because it seems a lot more obscure to me now than it used to. I don't know what it is. So, but you can shoot it from back here. Your control tower might have a very different. See, mine's all covered up by crap. So, oh, messed that one up. Now, if you die like that on accident for any reason, you should restart from save. It's always quicker than waiting for the entirety of the long ass death animation
Keep moving towards the core.
to finish.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna do it the way I do it on PC. This is definitely slower, but it's not that much slower.
Cyan said something about restraints.
Maybe like 5 seconds. Switch over to this.
New unit that's
Load up. Now this is very important. I can't redo this fight a lot. Oh, maybe I can. So you're gonna wanna freeze this guy. Oop. Wrong freeze weapon. That's why you have the drummer's quill. Here, let me just restart from save. Let's do that over with.
Cyan said something about restraints.
Okay, so let me make sure I have the right one. So you are gonna want the one with freeze. Actually, it's quicker to just do this instead of overriding it. Okay, so you're gonna want to run up to this guy. You're gonna want to freeze it.
Won't be easy.
Make sure you don't hit the belly, or else the belly will explode and a tower will form. Next, you switch over to these. You slow down time. You shoot it in the eye. So one hit KO. That way you skip all of the 2 control towers that spawn later. If you heal it, you skip all of that. Just kill it in one go. Right after you spawn, you fast travel back to this campfire. Pretty standard stuff. You're gonna go talk to Cyan.
because it is your we can't.
So bottom left again. This is the only like heart, mind, brain thing you have. I always use brain, but I don't know which one's quickest. I have no clue. It might be fist.
Do you?
No.
She
Maybe.
will you?
Either way, you just click through it. A lot of times they're all the same speed. Then you fast travel back out to talk. And the second you press triangle to talk to our talk, the run ends right there.
My chieftain.
Just.
If you
And that's all there is to Frozen Wilds.
That's what she.
Oh, true.
New game plus story.
There's some.
I,
Oh, what?
you mean?
Yeah.
I could.
So let's see, any tips or tricks? Make sure you have enough sparkers, because that's the thing you run the quickest. You see the sparkers down there, 1220 before you start the run, because you don't want to run out of Storm Slinger ammo while you're on the run. Yeah, that's all there is to it.